Hey guys, it's here with another video, and today I actually just want to take the time to give a quick shout out and kind of reminisce a bit also. So the shout out slash reminiscing, our little topic for this video will be, well, my high school. I just want to take the time to shout out everyone there who was trying to be my friend, and those that actually were nice to me and actually ended up being friends, and checking out the channel and taking the time to let me know what they liked and what they didn't like. I like that about society. There are some people that are left that are still nice. Sorry, I have the windows open and alright, enough with getting off topic. So this is going to be difficult to come up with the words for, because my experience at my high school is just, it was so incredible. I loved almost everything about it, except for the fact that, I still had the basic bullies and people I would still have conflicts with, but hey, I mean, you can't go throughout your school life without doing that, without having a few conflicts here and there, and just trying to find your crowd. So, again, these words are not hard for me to come across and try to say, because it's just, this school meant so much to me. Not only was it one of the best schools I ever got sent to, because, not only the sports teams and, the babes, but, it was also because while I was there, my time there, alright, I met so many people and did so many things that I actually got to break it down into years, because so much that I remember, and so little space in my mind. So, here I go, going to take a whack at it, and just give it all I got to put the right words in. Alright, break it down with my freshman year for starts. Freshman year, I was brought in, and I was your classic little weakling kid with, lots of hopes, no muscle, and a heck of a lot of time on his hands, and still a lot of bullies too. I found a couple different friends there that, well, I can't exactly call them friends at the time yet, because, I still had my crowd from middle school, go together and be there together and stick together. And I like that about my middle school friends too. The people that knew we were going there into a world of 3 different schools all combined. And they helped me out so much with that. And, well, I did my work and got pretty good grades until, well, I mean, I got pretty good grades regardless, but, alright, moving on to sophomore year. The sophomore and junior, by the way, are the ones that are going to be the ones I talk quite a bit about, because not only do I remember quite a bit about them, but I also I had so many memories that were actually worthwhile. Alright, so breaking down sophomore year to what I can remember. I came in to my first couple of elective science classes that I took. Of course, I think at the time I took maybe 1 or 2 computer classes. I don't really know. But, sophomore year, I made my first official black brother, if you want to put it that way. Basically, a friend, my first official black friend that I've had at a school. And we've been so close, you could call us brothers. And that's also generally enough where I started to hang out with one of my other friends that I've had from middle school, who at the time was, and I'm going to admit this one, was actually in elementary school at the time. So my brain is part child at points. It really is part child most of the time, I should say. But anyway, not only did I make those friends, but I also got my first chance at like a good couple of study halls, where I met so many other people that like to study hard and were cool at the same time. This year in time is also where I started to really like want to get into YouTubing and be a part of this community as a whole. But at the same point in time, sophomore year is where I found another community I'm a big fan of, which I might start doing gaming videos on, is RPG games, you know, role-playing games. But they're like, these ones are not like the video games you're probably used to. No, I'm talking about the board game ones that are actually like really cool to just imagine. And imagine that you're there as your character. Imagine what it's like to do each of these things. And I loved it every minute I was there. Did it for 3 years straight. And I was almost hooked. Alright. That's actually most of what I remember from sophomore year. Late sophomore into junior year, I started to go out more by myself. Yeah, I'm a big boy now. And really start to get into a couple other activities that I honestly forget what I got into. But junior year was when I got to experience that school's senior lounge. Now, we weren't supposed to, but it was a funny thing for like study halls and all that stuff. We could go in there and feel like we were seniors. We felt like we were so empowered. It was just amazing. I don't know if they have the senior lounge there or not still, but the time I was there, it was awesome to be in. I mean, other than from the fact that people kept stealing some of the stuff, breaking controllers, just classic denial kid stuff. That year is also the second official year I like really got into science. And I was getting out there with that year I think I had zoology and marine biology, or was it senior? I'm forgetful of a lot of things. No, actually no. That was my senior year, which I will get to. Junior, to finish off, getting into the late of it, was I made this one friend that was a sophomore, and we really just connected because we were both into wrestling, we both liked the same kind of games, we were just out there with this stuff. We loved it. And we were also like brothers. So, by the time I get to senior year, I have 2 theoretical brothers, 2 theoretical sisters. Well, actually, no, technically 3 or 4 theoretical sisters by the time I was in senior year. Because the 2 I had from middle school and blah, blah, blah. But, senior year was actually just a roller coaster of emotions. For me and my friends. For me, it was because some of my friends got into conflicts, which I will not talk about here to protect their safety. And a couple of other things I've had trouble with was the senior work. A lot of it was really hard to keep up with, but I did it. I made it. I graduated. I got out of there. I did with everything. Alright. I couldn't get into any more sports. Well, I wasn't into sports to begin with, because I just wasn't that kind of person. But by senior year, I had a fair amount of muscle. I had a fair amount of street knowledge, knowing what I was getting into with stuff. I was going over my friends' houses more because I could, you know. I'm like 17, 18, no one can really tell me what to do by then. I had been through a couple of online dating relationships and knew automatically by those trials that I wasn't going back into it, because online dating is just not something that's for sure. I recommend getting out on the streets and getting to places and actually like talking to each other. But by the end of senior year, I lost a couple sisters. Not to death or anything, no. I mean, just because of the conflict that they had between each other, and then a couple of my brothers, also the same thing because the sisters couldn't cooperate. Just everything about the end of senior year felt wrong. Because I didn't go to prom. I didn't go on my senior trip. Well, first of all, before you Disney fans freak out, I'm not a fan of Disney that much because there are not many characters I like. I feel like I have not enjoyed my time if I would have gone there. Alright? Because there would have only been a couple things I would have wanted to do. Granted, you would have had like the season pass thing or whatever, and you would have had hotels, but just, I'm not a Disney person. I mean, a couple of movies here and there, a couple of characters here and there I start to like. But, yeah, Disney, not for me. Let me check my footage here. Okay, I'm still good yet. I'm trying not to go over the 25 like it's telling me to. But, yeah, by the time I graduated, I was left with a broken heart. I was young and naive then. A broken heart. 2 or 3 brothers and like the 2 sisters. I had my own will to live because I was 18 then. I can't be told what to do. I finally made it. All those years I've had struggles with life. All those times I found it hard to do anything, and I made it through. But the broken heart thing was not just because of the girls. The broken heart was because I had left my place, my sanctum of hanging out with others. With being in a community I felt to be right. Because moving here to Williamstown, I have no friends now, except for the ones at my work. Because, you know, they're real good to me and whatever. I was left with no reason to go to college yet, because I would have needed a year to still have time to figure out what I was doing with my life. Because, you know, obviously if you go to college, you want something to do it for. And just a lot of dead memories, because that school was, at the time, everything to me. In a way, it still kind of is. It made me what I am today. All the teachers that were nice and showed both sides of themselves, you know, one if you cooperate with society, and another if you don't. And just all those teachers and all those friends I had while I was there. All those people that came to my channel because, you know, at the time I thought it wasn't such a big deal that I had a YouTube channel. They came to my channel and checked out a couple of my videos, and they liked a couple of them. They supported me as a YouTuber and wanted me to keep going. In fact, I think if it weren't for them, I wouldn't be doing this today. I had no reason to invest into recording software / editing software. I wouldn't have any reason to want to make videos anymore. I just play games and have an experience with them. and not show them to any of you guys that don't have these games and wanted to see them. And I wouldn't really have a signature look that I'd get drawn to me. Because I actually publicly don't really go out with hats too much because they make my head itch. But yeah, I want to give that quick, enormous shout out to Haddon Heights High School, or 3H as they would call it. And everything you guys did, all the things you guys showed me, all the ways you tried to protect me and find me ways of coping with my anger, with my stress, with being able to have more management skills, social skills, all of that. I thank you all. Yes, I am talking even you now, freshmen, people that came from middle school and went into freshmen after us seniors left. I am talking to you guys too. Everyone at 3H, thank you for being you and showing me a light I thought I would never walk to. I thought I would never walk this path as trying to be as into life as I am, as successful as I am. Well, vaguely enough as I am. Then again, in today's society, anyway, that's a different video entirely. All of you, just thank you. And I'm making this video as a special shout out to every single one of you. You guys were great to me. All of you were. And thumbs up, not only to the video, but I'm thumbsing up to you. Because I feel each and every one of you had a part in this. A part in me. And you all had an influence on me I thought I would never have. The power to keep going. The power to want to do more with this channel. The power to just want to be myself again. In middle school, going into high school, I was trying to fit in, trying to be with everybody else. I realized the truth. Be yourself. Have fun with life. Don't let anybody get you down. Yes, I'm talking to you, freshmen, the ones who are not wanting to listen to this at all, and I probably should be trying to shout out here. And I also just, in a way, it also taught me who my friends are. 3H taught me 4 things, 4 little key things of life I thought I would never be able to learn, be able to want to learn, be able to experience for myself in the real world. Which, guys, don't get too comfortable with high school. The real world is pretty hard. Not only do you have to go to work every day that they schedule to, just to get a minimum wage you never really can afford anything else with. But you also have to do your own taxes, pay your car insurance, pay for your phone bill, pay for you to even live, your food, your water, your electricity. Gotta pay for all of that. Once you're on your own, you're on your own. I mean, yeah, you can get your parents or something to help you out, but, and yeah, you may find coworkers like I have that will help you out with anything you really need them to. Be a good enough worker, and they'll put you on more days to get more money. Do anything you can to just be yourself. Keep going. Fight the world. Fight through society. You can do this. I did. I currently am, actually. I love you guys. I may or may not see you tomorrow with a scary game. I might post it today because it's Friday the 13th. But actually, no, I might post this Saturday and post a scary game today. Yeah, I think that's what I might do. Or I might double video. Which, guys, by the way, I'm not doing more than one video at a time to confuse you or anything. I'm doing it because, like, I'm trying to push out as many good videos as I can before I have to go back to work. I did make a promise in January, when the new year kicked in, that I was going to make more videos for you guys. Not only because I feel like it, but because I want to. Because I love doing what I'm doing. So, I love you guys. Please keep supporting me. I support you all for watching. Be sure to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed. Again, humongous shout out to aaaand Heights. You guys did so much for me, and I appreciate that, so I'm returning the favor now. Parents, if you're watching this and you're in that Barrington area, that Barrington aaaand Heights area, put them in that high school. Not like they really have a choice, but put them in that high school. There hasn't been any shootings there the entire time I was there. There hasn't been any real things to worry about other than, you know, a couple school fights here and there. But, you know, come on. We're in the new world. It's 2018. Grow up. Comment down below what you thought of the video. Subscribe if you want more of this content. And possibly more shoutouts. Hey, hey. And, Stanley Airlines Junior Pilots.